Hi besties, welcome back to my channel. My name is Liv and I am so happy you are here today. So today we are tuning into a message from our angels, a message from our spirit guides today, all right? I didn't have anything specific I was tuning into, but I really just felt like our spirit guides wanted to chat and they wanted to talk to us. So all the decks I'm going to be using today, minus the tarot, which means tarot is still, but like all of the oracle decks we're using today are very spirit guide or angel or ancestor based. So we're definitely going to see who is wanting to talk to us and what they have to say. And at the end of each pile, we're going to be doing a book divination from an angel, a spirit guide, or a god or goddess, all right, to kind of see if there's anyone else who would like to work with you. A little bit of book divination at the end, all right? So let's go ahead and take a look at the three piles. For pile number one, we have this beautiful purple amethyst crystal here. You guys know this stone, you love this stone, and I love this one as well. Pile number two, we have gone so back and forth on what this stone is. I believe it is green calcite. I went with my sister-in-law to a crystal store and we saw a bunch of other calcite and it looked exactly like this. So this is, we're going to call it green calcite because I lost the card and I don't remember. But pile number two is this beautiful raw chunk of green calcite here. And pile number three is this raw crystal geode that I got in Helen. I have not cracked it open yet, okay? This is going to be pile number three's pile. I'm going to give you cuties some time with some meditation music to chill out and vibe out and pick your pile, and then I will see you for your pile pick. All right, pile number one with the beautiful amethyst stone here. Let's go ahead and see what your guys' pile has to say. Starting right off the bat, we are tuning into the Angels and Ancestors Oracle cards here. As always, all of the decks I use, as well as the book we're going to be using for book divination, is going to be linked down below in the description for you to check out here, okay? So I did pull one card just to kind of see the general, I love this card, oh my gosh, just to kind of see the general energy of what we were working with for today's reading. And the first card y'all got is Shapeshifter. Transform and unveil your gifts, okay? Your spiritual team, your spiritual guides are reminding you of how freaking powerful you are, okay? And I got a comment last time that was someone was telling me that they hadn't watched pick cards for a while because people kept saying things like that. And I understand that it can be frustrating to constantly hear how amazing you are when you don't feel that way or you don't see that way. But this is a card of transformation and growth, right? So if you don't feel that way yet, my love, it is coming, all right? This is also the card of quite literally shape-shifting. So you might be someone where maybe you notice that it doesn't take a whole lot for you to literally transform your physique. And what I mean by that is maybe you're someone who has hair that grows really, really fast, or you have a body that, you work out for a couple days and the whole physique of your whole body changes, right? Whereas some people, it might take months or years to look a certain way. It might only take you a short period of time. But this is also talking about shape-shifting when you're going through a spiritual journey. So this is the card of shamans and shaman work. If you're interested in that, your guys are heavily talking about that here. But shape-shifting does not just have to do with shamans. So when you go to any meditation of any kind, you are being told that you have a gift of shape-shifting and transforming into a certain animal in order to see things from their perspective in the spirit world. So what that means is, say for example, you want to see things from a higher perspective in meditation, you have the gift, you have the ability to transform into an eagle or a hawk, for example, and literally transform into that animal and see things from their perspective, see things from a higher point of view. So try that out in your next meditation, okay? But y'all are the group of shifting, changing, and growing. Y'all are being called to continue your growth if you've been doing it. Then you got Direction Guardian, literally covered in animals. I feel like y'all are really connected to animals. If you do not feel connected to animals, that is okay. But those are just cards that are heavily in tune with animal guides or spirit guides. So some of your guides might be animals, some of your guides might be animal spirits. You also got Great Teacher, and then you also got the Sun card. So with the direction guardian right now, this is literally telling you that your whole life is open, okay? And what I mean by that is like nothing is yet set in stone. If lately you've been feeling this urge to try something new, do something new, be something new, just dabble in it, okay? I'm not saying making any drastic decisions or drastic choices, but more so just dibble dabble in the, you know, idea that you have. So say for example, you want to make YouTube videos. Just start small, okay? Look into how to make YouTube videos or make a first one or anything like that, but just kind of make these choices. And I'm literally getting a visual of you trying different things, right? Not just putting all of your eggs in one basket, but putting a few eggs in this basket, a few eggs in a different basket, and just trying and seeing which one best serves you. And I feel like I'm definitely tuning into people who are ready to transform, and I really do feel like this year is going to be incredibly transformative for you. I know this is timeless, but for some reason, whenever you're watching this, I feel like for you, pile number one, I am looking almost like a year ahead for you. And I really do feel like this year is going to be super transformational, super heavy in the growth energy, which is not always fun, but it is an incredible blessing and incredibly it's a gift, right? Because you go through this growth, you go through this change, you go through these journeys, and you come out a different person. You come out a higher vibrational person, and you're being called to really focus on your gifts here, because I feel like when you're going through this journey, when you're going through this, like I don't know where to go, maybe you already left something that wasn't serving you, and now you're like, I don't know which way to go, which way to fly, whatever. You are being called to listen to your inner voice. And this is why it's so important to listen to your gifts, because one of the ways that you can listen, one of the ways that you can tune in with your spiritual side, to tune into your spiritual guides, is by going and shapeshifting, right? Is by sitting there and understanding that you are a divine being, a divine vessel that can literally transform into anything you wish to be in the spiritual realm, right? Good of all, harm to none. And so embody that energy and ask your guides, what the heck are they trying to say? If you've been called to any kind of shaman work, again, that is heavily emphasized here, the direction guardian is again reminding you that nothing is yet set in stone in this world, right? I mean, if 2020 taught us anything, it is that nothing is set in stone, right? Nothing is set in stone. Everything changed in the blink of an eye. And that kind of is what I'm getting here for you as well. I don't think it's going to be anything terrible or drastic or anything like that, but I am just getting this message to remind you that your path is not yet chosen and you get to choose it, right? Your path is not yet chosen, even if you feel like, Liv, it is chosen. I spent all this money on a degree and now I hate my degree and I don't even want to do it, etc. And you're like, I don't even know what to do because I, went to college, I spent all this money, I got this degree and now I hate it and now I'm stuck on this path. You're never stuck on a path, all right? No matter what path you're on right now, you're never stuck on it. You can always take a left and turn that path into a different path, right? Or take a right and turn that path into something different. You're never stuck, all right? And I know that sometimes that can be really annoying to hear. So as always with my readings, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Always, always, always take what resonates and leave what doesn't. But I am getting that message to remind you that even if you feel like your path is stuck, whether it's with a person, whether it's with a job, whether it's with a career, whether it is with, life choices you have made that you're maybe not happy about or not proud about, this is a reminder that you get to choose your life, right? You get to choose how your life is going to go. You get to choose which path you're going to take. And if you're being called to choose one that serves you more, do it, babe. Good of all, harm to none. Do a path that serves you best. Again, I'm not saying making any drastic decisions, but try out those things, right? So again, if you're wanting to be a shaman, okay, and you're like, Liv, I don't know if I can do that full time. I don't know if that's what's being called to me. It doesn't have to be what's calling to you, my love. But if you're being called to be a shaman in any way, shape, or form, dibble dabble in it, right? Spend 5, 10, 20 minutes a day practicing or, doing whatever it is that shamans do or whatever you're being called to do. If you're being called to be a light worker of any kind, tuning into that energy and understanding that you don't have to do some huge, crazy, drastic decision in order to work your light, all right? You can just choose to do a little something every single day to kind of put you in the direction of where you want to go. I don't know where I heard this, but I love this quote so much, and it's like, take one step every single day, and then in 300, and I always butcher it, take one step every day, and then in a year from now, you would have taken 365 steps, all right? So we don't have to see how we're going to get there. We just have to see that we're going, all right? You are being just told right now, I just feel like I need to reiterate, I don't know why. I'm just heavily being told to remind you right now that you're not stuck, pile number 1. You are not stuck as much as it feels like it is. And again, if it's not resonating with you, throw it away. But I'm definitely tuning into some babes who feel like you are so stuck in your current choices and your current decision. You're not, okay? There's always a way of getting out of it. There's always a way of changing. And again, even if you're like, no, Liv, I spent $300,000 on this degree, I am stuck, I have to be in it. You don't, okay? Money is energy, my love. Money is energy, all right? And then you got the sun card. Enjoy success and happiness. Babe, bask in the sun. I know a lot of us right now, if you are watching this when it goes live, a lot of people that I, do readings for, they do not live in a sunny state. I live in Florida, so it's sunny constantly. But I know that most of the state right now, most of the country right now is covered in snow or ice or cold. And it's a lot of times hard to feel that warmth when we're going through, even seasonal depression or anything like that. But you are being called to create the sun right now in your life when it is not there for you. So right now, if you are in a situation where you do not have sun, where you are in a colder climate, where you are in a colder element area, create the sun for your own life, all right? What I mean by that is have more fun. Sit in joy more. What makes you happy? What brings you joy? Do more of that, all right? Don't take life so seriously. Let me rephrase. I feel like I'm tuning into somebody in this reading, maybe one person, maybe a bunch of people. I'm definitely tuning into the energy of somebody who is like very serious, and you're like very serious about your goals. You're very serious about the way life should look and what you feel like life should look like, and etc. And I'm not saying that that is a bad thing, but my love, you are being told to just breathe a little bit, okay? Breathe a little bit. Let the sun in your life, let your hair down, go for a walk, dance like no one's watching, eat a popsicle, okay? Whatever it looks like for you. Relax a tiny bit. All right, take a deep breath. We'll take one together. It'll all work out in divine timing, all right? Enjoy the sun in your life. Enjoy having happy memories in your life. Yes, it's good to want to go. Yes, it's good to want to be, shift, grow, change, etc. But enjoy the journey, all right? Enjoy your success and happiness when you have it. Enjoy your success and happiness when it is there for you, because it's wanting to help you. It's wanting to connect with you. It's wanting to remind you that life is full of joy as long as we choose to see it. And you're just being called to take that time every single day, again, even if it's just 5 minutes, to do something that really brings you joy, do something that really enlightens you. We also got the great teacher here, and this is very interesting because this card actually represents Jesus, and I'm going to give 2 messages, okay? I feel like I have been tuning into a lot of people in my last couple of readings who are going and healing through spiritual trauma. Same, besties, so I get you, okay? And I'm definitely tuning into a lot of the energy of healing from spiritual trauma, because this may have been a trigger for you. If you saw this, if you understood that it was Jesus, etc., that can be very, very triggering, because again, these are spirit guides that kind of want to reach out and want to work with you. And this is the first person we've seen here today, like that actually represents a physical person. Here's what I will tell you, and it's just a reminder that Jesus is a guide, right? Jesus Christ, this is a guide. This is a spiritual guide who is able to teach us. They are able to educate us. They are able to work with us. What happens, right, is the man, not like men, but the man kind of comes in and creates the church, etc. And that's used for other things. I'm not going to get into all of that, okay? But Jesus as a person, Jesus as a spiritual guide is still an incredible spiritual guide to work with. So if you saw this card, if you heard that it was Jesus and you got super, super triggered, that is, I'm not rushing you towards healing or anything like that. That is okay. Just a reminder that if you are still going through spiritual trauma, if you are still healing through that journey, take the man out of God, take the man out of Jesus, specifically take the man out of Christ. I don't know why I put that in quotations, but take the man out of that energy and understand that this is still a spiritual guide, a spiritual teacher. But if you're not ready to do that, that's totally fine. And so then to go into the spiritual experiences, a spiritual teacher, if that is not resonating with you about Christ or anything like that, that is totally fine. This is still just the card that heavily represents spiritual teachers, spiritual leaders, and spiritual experiences, and consuming knowledge from those experiences. So if you've been called to learn, if you have been called to grow, if you have been called to change in any way, maybe look into some spiritual courses that interest you. Gaia is an amazing platform where you can learn all kinds of spiritual knowledge, yoga. They have recipes. It's amazing. It's 12 out of 10. If you've been called to work with a a spiritual teacher, like a life coach, a Reiki coach, a spiritual life coach, anything like that. This is also heavily loud and emphasized during this time, so prioritize those connections in this next bout as well. But also just understanding that these are spiritual experiences you're going to learn through. I really do feel like for you, pile number one, there's going to be a lot of spiritual experiences that are going to come up for you in this next year, this next 6 months, whatever it looks like for you. I really do feel like there are going to be a lot of experiences. These might be ones of growth. These might be ones of challenges, which also provide growth. This might be connecting with your animals, especially with the winged ones, if that is something that resonates with you, because it's everywhere. It might be, you know, learning your gifts, learning who you truly are. And it might also just be, you know, choosing these paths that are going to push you into new directions, whatever it looks like. These are all spiritual experiences that are coming into your life to help you grow. These are all spiritual experiences that are coming into your life to teach you something, to help you go from one perspective to another, and that is incredibly powerful. So welcome and open these spiritual experiences that are coming to you in this next year, because they are going to be life-changing in a very positive way. And your spiritual guides are just trying to remind you that if it gets overwhelming, if it gets to be too much, if it gets to be too heavy, call on them and they will help you. Call on them and they will guide you. One that you can call on if it is not triggering for you is Christ, right? You can call on the guardian of Christ. But don't worry, we're going to go and learn all about other gods, goddesses, guides that want to work with us as well, if that one does not resonate with you. But in general, your guides are reminding you that to call upon them. Your guides are reminding you to call upon them and ask them for help, ask them for guidance, and ask them for direction. As a reminder, we live in a world of free will, which means that they cannot intervene unless we ask them to. So ask your guides to help you, ask your guides to show you what it is you're not seeing if you're feeling that way, or just to help you along this path. And then you got the Stargazer card here. Set your sights higher, my love. I feel like y'all do not quite like y'all do not quite prioritize your worth well enough. And what I mean by that is, I'm not saying you're doing anything wrong at all. I just feel like you are so freaking worthy. You are so amazing. You deserve so much freedom, so much bliss, and so much happiness. And again, I'm going to go back to that Direction Guardian card. Remember how I was saying earlier that I was feeling this energy of stuck, this feeling of stagnation, this feeling of I chose this path so now I'm stuck on it forever. The Stargazer card as well as the Direction Guardian card here are here to remind you that that is simply not true. You have the ability to break free of what other path is not serving you and choose the one that best benefits you in the good of all and harm to none. And the Stargazer card here is saying set your sights higher. If there is something you would love to do in this world, but you're just like, oh, that would be amazing, but that's not for me, that makes no sense, I'm not talented enough, I'm not gifted enough, I'm not smart enough, I'm not strong enough, etc. You are, okay? And if you feel like you're not that way yet, ask your guides to help you get to this point where you feel like you are strong enough, you are brave enough, you are confident enough, you are successful enough, etc. Because your sights are like, because you are being called to set your sights higher in the sense of understanding what you are truly worth, not what you think you're worth right now, bestie, okay? Because I feel this energy that you just do not value yourself enough. I want you to know you are so freaking valuable. In case no one's told you today, you are valuable, you are amazing, you are deserving of every single possible wonderful thing you ask for in this world. You are deserving of joy, freedom, happiness, and success, all right? Set those sights higher. Don't settle in life, okay? This is a plentiful world. This is a plentiful earth. We do not need to settle. We do not need to settle in this lifetime, okay? Next, we're going to pull some tarot cards for you and see what the tarot has to say. For pile number one with the amethyst stone here. Pile number one with the amethyst stone. Spirit, please tell me any other additional messages you have. For pile number one with the beautiful amethyst stone here. Pile number one with the beautiful amethyst stone. Okay. You literally got the freaking sun card. This happened with the other reading I did the other day too. What the heck, okay? You got the literal sun card, baby. Bask in sunset, bask in the joy that this world has to offer you. My mister's about to come up. Fire, no, sir. We are blowing out the candle because Leo has come to say hi. So many of you know him. So many of you love him. All right. So this is my cat. If you are not familiar, he is very spiritual. He is very divine. And y'all resonate with him so much. So I let him stay. But you literally got the sun card with the sun card. That's fire. Nope. You guys literally got the sun card with the sun. Like, babe, you are being told that one, if things have been hard lately, if things have been rough, if things have been rocky, you are being told that there are positive experiences on the horizon. Why do you feel the need to stick your face into fire? Maybe this is representational because Leo came up with the sun card as well. Embrace the warmth that is wanting to work with you. Embrace the warmth that is in this world. And what I mean by that is that it's not literal warmth. If you're in a cold climate, if you're like, Liv, you sound crazy, it's literally 3 degrees outside. Embrace the warmth you have within yourself. Do more meditations around fire. Do more meditations around the energy of warm. But again, if you've been going through something hard in your life, understand that there is a positive horizon right on the path, okay? There is so much positivity right on the path for you. Do not give up before things start to turn around, all right? The sun card brings harmony after a long, hard time. The sun card brings peace and joy and reunions or receptions or celebrations, okay, after a long, hard time. So embrace this warmth that is on its way to you. You also got the Ace of Wands right here with the Direction Guardian. Again, as a reminder, you are not stuck, okay? The Ace of Wands is all about brand new opportunities that are ready to kind of show themselves to you, brand new opportunities that are ready to, you know, really introduce themselves into your life. Aces are all about new, and new is just the word coming to my head. New opportunities, new ideas, new growth. Wands are all about creative expression. So Wands, if you have been feeling this desire to do something, to create something, baby, start doing that, especially spiritually, if that is resonating with you in any way, shape, or form. Really embody that, because going and understanding your gifts and going and understanding that you are never as trapped as it may feel, and you truly do have the way, you truly do know the way, and you truly are in control of your life, will literally open up so many new doors of opportunity. My words are everywhere today. I'm so sorry. So many new doors of opportunity for you, especially around things that just light you up and bring you passion, okay? Let's see what other cards we have for the tarot today. I hope y'all can see me. My mister is in my way a little bit, but that's okay. I know y'all love him. For pile number 1, with the beautiful purple amethyst tarot, is there anything else you have to say? Spirit, speak loud. Woo! Okay. Yes, there is. The freaking star card. Embody who you are, my love. Where are my Aquarius is at, first of all, but also wake up, my love. You deserve everything you've ever wanted. You deserve to feel good in your own skin. I might be tuning into some of my babes who are just not confident in their body. All right, he, she, they, them's everyone. I'm talking to you. This might be some people who are not comfortable in your body. And when we're talking about that shape-shifting card, maybe you're like, Liv, I've literally been trying to transform my body, transform my physical vessel for years, and it's not working. So you saying that is pissing me off, and I understand. And you're also being called to understand that the vessel you are in is absolutely perfect as it is. The reason we change it is because we love it. We want it to get stronger. We want it to get healthier. We want it to get, you know, whatever we want it to do for the good of our body. But again, you are completely perfect as you are. You are a divine being. You are a being of spiritual cosmos that is being encased inside of a meat suit, okay? Like, you are freaking divine. The star card is all about embodying who you truly are and who you have always, oh my gosh, words, who you are always meant to be, okay? Who are you? Ask yourself those questions. This is a time of self-reflection. This is a time of spending more quality time with you and yourself and your guides, all right? This is a time of literally focusing on who and what you are and what it is you want from this world. You also got the High Priestess here, and this makes total sense to the spiritual experiences, the spiritual teacher, and the stargazer. Also, the star and the stargazer, what the heck? Literally cosmos, because the stargazer, I'm gonna go back to this for a second because my brain put those together kind of late. The stargazer is all about setting your sights higher. And where does that stem from? A know of worth within yourself, right? Once we know who we truly are, once we value who we truly are, it is impossible to accept less than enough because we know our worth and we're like, whoa. I know you're not talking to me that way. There is no freaking way, because I know I'm worthy. I know I deserve greatness. I know I deserve success. I know I deserve all of the abundance I've ever wanted in this lifetime. But where does that stem from? It stems from you, babe. It stems from a worth and a knowing of you, okay? The High Priestess, spiritual teacher and spiritual experiences. The High Priestess Priestess is the card of spirituality. The High Priestess is the card of spiritual knowledge and spiritual learning. So you are being really called, pile number 1. Your spirit guides are really loudly calling on you to tune into your spiritual side, tune into your spiritual gifts. If you already have it and you're like, Liv, what are you talking about? I've been doing that. Keep going. All right, keep going and keep growing. And if you haven't been, if you've been like, I don't know, my spiritual practice has kind of been on a hiatus lately, or whatever it looks like for you, you are being called to tap into your spiritual gifts. And if you don't know where they are, start simply by meditating and asking your spirit guides to show you. And if you get a feeling, say you get this idea of, I want to learn about Reiki. If that thought just comes to your head while you're meditating and you're like, that's weird, I'm not even going to worry about that, listen to that and look up some videos on YouTube, okay? And then if you like what you see, take a course. If you like what you see, find a teacher, etc. Because you are being called in this next couple of months, in this next year, whatever it looks like for you, to really prioritize your spirit self and your spiritual connection, because that is going to take you leaps and bounds to where you want to go. All right. Wow. All these majors here. What the heck? The next cards I pulled for you today, these are actually the last cards I have for you before the book divination, are these goddesses and guides oracle cards for you. So these are pretty cool. My cousin actually got these for me. So if you're watching, thank you so much. So what I did is I'm going to set the intention for these for pile number 1. If there are any goddesses, if there are any guides out there who would like to work with pile number 1, anyone who chose the beautiful pile number 1 purple amethyst stone, please show yourself and the messages you have. All right. So every single card in this deck is associated with a goddess, or yeah, I think these are all goddesses. Yeah. So these are all associated with goddesses. So I'm kind of just setting the intention that the goddesses will reach out to you. The goddesses will connect with you, etc. And if you don't want to reach out to the goddesses, by all means, you do not have to, but this could just be taking the messages as a cards say as well. You don't have to take the spiritual message if you are not wanting to, okay? That's not what I meant. You can take the spiritual message. You don't have to connect to the guides if you are not wanting to, all right? This is so hard to shuffle over here because I set everything up so I could shuffle over there, but it's all right. Pile number 1 with the beautiful purple amethyst stone. Okay, this makes so much sense because I literally felt like y'all had so much blue energy. You got Sulis, bodies of water. Spend time near water, such as a lake, river, or the ocean to recharge your batteries. Yes, please. Sulis is a goddess who would like to work with you and help you regenerate, recharge, remember who you freaking are, rest, recover, heal, etc. Okay? If you want to work out, oh my gosh, someone just jumped out. If you are wanting to work with her, definitely connect with her as well. You also got Erukara, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, as well as White Tara or White Tara. I know this is not aesthetically pleasing, but we've got a little cherub in the way over here, okay? Arakura, blossoming. You are just getting started, so have patience with yourself and the process. Do not give up. Yes, please. That's what I was saying with all those cards, right? I feel like y'all have this energy of like stagnation or stuck or feeling trapped. My love, your journey is just beginning, okay? You are just getting started. Be patient, be kind, be loving to yourself. The star, recharge, regenerate with Sulis here. I just messed everything up. And then Arakura, blossoming, as a reminder, if you are having a hard time not wanting to, if you are having a hard time not wanting to not give up, like if you're wanting to give up, if you're not being kind to yourself, if you're not being gentle to yourself, ask Arakura to come in, Arakura to kind of come in and help you remember all the amazingness that you always are and always have been, and ask her to help guide you, ask her to remind you, okay? And then you got White Tara, which is sensitivity, and I think this is so cool because she or they are sitting on a lotus, and that's the candle we have lit, or we did have lit today as well. You are becoming increasingly sensitive, which makes sense with all the watery energy. Avoid harsh relationships, environments, situations, and chemicals, okay? If you feel like you are getting increasingly sensitive on this spiritual path, just take note of it. It is not something to be upset about. It is not something to be frustrated about. It is something that is here to bless you. It is something that is here to guide you. It is definitely here to, like, I feel this energy of your situation. Oh my gosh, Olivia, your sensitivities are going to become very, very, very heightened, and that can feel really frustrating. That can feel really overwhelming, and that can be like, wow, this is like the worst curse ever. Bestie, it is a gift. You've been given a gift to fully tune in to who you are and what you and your soul and your energy like and what they don't don't like, okay? So if you do start watching, maybe you're watching a TV show you've always loved. For me, it was Grey's Anatomy, and when I started my spiritual journey, when I started my spiritual practice, I couldn't watch that show anymore because it was so low vibrational and so hard on me and my mental health that I had to stop watching it. If that happens to you, don't get frustrated with yourself, okay? Understand that you have been given an amazing gift of sensitivity. You've been given an amazing gift to see, hear, feel exactly what your body does and doesn't want, exactly what your soul does and does not want to consume, okay? You might be called during that time to avoid relationships that do not serve you, relationships full of a lot of gossip, relationships full of a lot of comparison, relationships full of a lot of negative energy. You might just be called to avoid those. You might be called to avoid environments with a lot of people or a lot of anger, like the bank, or I don't know, like the DMV or something. And you might also just be called to avoid harsh smells, harsh chemicals, harsh foods, etc. Okay, and just be kind to yourself during that transition and during that journey. And if you're having a hard time accepting it, if you're having a hard time not being mad at the situation, ask White Tara to kind of come in and help you feel that this is a blessing, not a curse. Okay. And the last thing I have for you today, pile number 1, is we're going to do a bit of a book divination here. This is the Angels, Spirit Guides, and Goddesses book. This is all going to be linked down below. The book does look different, so if you see it on when I link it on Amazon, you're like, that's not the same book. It is, okay, it definitely is. I want to give you a little bit of a disclaimer before we kind of get into this. If you watch my channel for a while, you already know this disclaimer, so you can definitely skip ahead if you want to. But I want to give a disclaimer of protection. When we are working with spirit guides, when we are working with the spirit realm in general, it is incredibly beautiful, but there are still energy, right? It's still energy, which means there's high vibrational energy and there's not so high vibrational energy. And I just think it's super important to protect yourself, even when working with gods and goddesses and guides, etc. Because when you open yourself up, you become a beacon, all right? And I just really cannot emphasize enough how important it is for me in my life to practice protection, and how much I would encourage anyone I work with, anyone I do a reading for, to always just kind of protect yourself when working with these energies. Even if they're the most amazing energy ever, like White Tara, you're still protecting yourself because you don't know, what else you're kind of opening yourself up to. But when you're protecting yourself, you're good, okay? If you don't know how to protect yourself, I did create a short. I want to do a whole video about it. Let me know if you guys would be interested in that, but I did just do a YouTube short, so it's not very long, about 2 of my absolutely favorite ways to protect myself when working with gods or goddesses or guides or whoever, all right? And also just a solid, good of all harm to none, only love and light is welcome here is always a good one to do, all right? So just protect yourself before you work with any god or guides, or any god or goddess or guide that you want to work with. You don't have to do this, of course. I'm not telling you what to do, but I would highly recommend, okay? So let's go ahead and see for pile number 1, beautiful pile number 1, the beautiful amethyst stone here. Do we have a spirit, god, guide, or goddess that would like to work with us? Vishnu. Oh my gosh, he's one of my favorites. I almost just dropped everything. Vishnu is absolutely amazing for literally creating the life of your dreams, which is so powerful because you got the direction guardian reminding you that you are never as trapped as you truly feel. You got so many cards about blossoming, transforming, and literally setting your sights higher. So Vishnu is an incredible god to work with for that, all right? Vishnu will help you create anything you want, renew your commitment to yourself and your spiritual growth. Yes, freaking please. That's what we've just been talking about. Oh my gosh. Sleep soundly and remember your dreams, or find a lost love. How to invoke Vishnu. Vishnu loves beauty, harmony, and order, so you can write a letter to him or simply ask for his help. And if you want to, you can light a blue or a yellow candle and burn the letter, okay? Absolutely beautiful. Vishnu is one of my favorite gods to work with. I seriously do feel like when I wrote the letter, I asked for what I wanted, I manifested. It really did come into fruition, and he is an incredibly high vibrational god that I call in every time I do a reading. So I just love that he showed up for you here today. He will help you create the path that you want to live. He will help you create the life you want to live on the path you choose. He will also, like it said, help renew your commitment to yourself and your spiritual growth. Babies, pile number 1, that's so loud for you, okay? So definitely if you're struggling with that energy, if you just want additional help or guidance, ask Vishnu to kind of come in, help you, help guide you, and help kind of bring that clarity and guidance, all right? Pile number 1, I hope this resonated with you. If it did, please feel free to leave a comment down below and let me know. Commenting, subscribing, giving leaving a thumbs up and interacting with my channel make a huge difference for me and my growth. So if that's something you are interested in doing, interested in contributing towards, those are some easy ways to do so. I want to let you know that I do accept both tips and donations, both at Venmo and PayPal. Neither are my brain is so mushy, what the heck. Neither are required or expected, just received with so much joy and so much gratitude. And thank you so much to everyone who has left a tip or donation. It means the world to me, and I'm just so grateful for you. Also, my PayPal is acting weird, so if you want to use PayPal, just scroll down to the description, click on the link, and it'll take you right there. All right, thank you for all of your love. I am so grateful that we live on this earth together at the same time to get to learn each other, know each other, and vibe out, and I'm just so grateful for you. So as always, remember to show others love, show your light and shine so bright, and I will see you cuties for my next video. Bye. All right, pile number 2 with the gorgeous green calcite here. I'm just realizing I never relit y'all's candle because I blew it out for Leo. 1 second. I swear my cat just sounded like he was about to jump back up here. And I was going to laugh so hard. All right, pile number 2 with the gorgeous green calcite. We are starting off with the Angels and Ancestors Oracle cards for you today. I just went ahead and pulled one card just to kind of get the general energy of y'all's reading today. And you got Fire Guardian. Ignite your passion. Yes, please. Pile number 2. Y'all are all about what lights you up for the good of all and harm to none, okay? What lights you up? What gets you excited about waking up in the morning? What gets you excited about waking up to the day today? What could you be doing more of that really brings you a lot of joy? I feel like a lot of times in life we have things that bring us joy, we have things that bring us passion, but we spend a lot more of our time focusing on like the practical aspects of life, which is great, you know, but all in balance, okay? And especially for you, pile number 2, you are being really called to focus more on those things that bring you passion, focus more on your sensuality, focus more on that sacral chakra. All right, you are heavily being called to tune in. And if you don't know like what brings you passion, right? I've gotten that question a lot from people when I do private readings for them. When I talk about things like, oh, you're being really called to tune into your passions, and they're like, I don't know what my passions are. That is totally okay. I'm currently on a journey of trying to find my passions myself. So don't feel bad about it at all, okay? A lot of times we think we know what our passions are, but when we strip away, you know, social conditioning or what people tell us we like, it kind of can be hard to figure out what really brings you alive. So what I would recommend doing, what I am personally doing, is dating myself and figuring out what is it that I like, what is it that brings me joy, what is it that brings me a lot of enlightenment and passion. And if there is anything that comes to your mind, just try it out. All right, for me, I want to do more archery. I liked that once upon a time, and I want to see if I still like it. Okay, swimming, I've been working out more. I want to dress certain ways. Whatever brings you passion, cooking, creating, dancing, singing, whatever it looks like for you, engage more of that. All right, you're being called to ignite that because you are on a period, you are on a journey, you are on a my words have been so scrambled today, I'm so sorry. You are being called to ignite your passion and to wake up. Okay, babe, wake up for pile number 2. Let's go ahead and see if there are any other messages from our angels or ancestors about pile number 2, the beautiful green calcite. Pile number 2, the beautiful green calcite. Let's go ahead and see for pile number 2. Pile number 2, the beautiful green calcite. Is there any additional message from our angels or ancestors or our spirit guides? Let's go ahead and see. Winter, take care of your needs. This is the time to go inward. This is the time to focus on taking care of yourself. You also got Stargazer, which pile number 1 had as well. So if that resonates with you, maybe go over and listen to pile number 1's reading as well. So interesting. You also got Summer and you also got Stag. All right, trust the universe, trust and thrive. Yes, please. Okay, let me readjust these real quick. I think it's really interesting that you got Winter and Summer kind of capping the ends of these cards here and just kind of reminding you of the power that you have. You also got for the bottom of the deck energy Sky Father, trust in the unknown. I'm going to put this to the side over here just for right now until I read some cards and I can put him on top. But just so you know, that was the bottom of your deck energy. So starting with the ignite your passion, okay? Ignite your freaking passion. And then you got Winter, taking care of your needs. Again, this is timeless, but if you're watching this when it goes live, we're in winter. And then you got Summer towards the end, which I think is really, really interesting. Taking care of your needs is all about prioritizing prioritizing you, okay? Very similar to pile number 1, and you got the stargazer. So if this is resonating, maybe go listen to pile number 1 as well. Prioritizing you this season, okay? Prioritizing your needs, especially with the igniting your passion card here. I feel like you are someone who I'm tuning into in pile number 2 who's very much a giver of someone, a giver of your energy, a giver of your time, a hype person, always checking in on other people, always caring about other people, which is not a bad thing. I want to make that very loud and clear. That is not a bad thing, but you are being called in this season to focus on you. What is it that you want to do, right? And again, I'm not saying you cannot also take care of people. I'm not saying you can also not nurture people, uplift them, encourage them, but I feel like you were doing so to a point where you started to neglect yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because again, everything in balance, everything in moderation, but I really do feel like maybe you are somebody, or you are somebody who gives to the point of almost forgetting who you are, who gives to the point of like almost getting to the point where you get burnt out of giving because your cup is empty, right? And you're being called to really hone in on yourself. It is not selfish, okay? It's self-loving, it's self-giving, it's self-focused. I don't even like the word selfish because I feel like it has such a negative connotation when it's really not a bad thing to focus on yourself or care about what it is you want, all right? People say you're so selfish, okay? And like, it's a good thing sometimes to focus on yourself. But if that word triggers you, change it with self-focused, change it with self-nurtured, change it to self-loving. And that's really what you're being called to do here. Take care of your needs, prioritize you, fill your cup back up, my love, whether that means resting, whether that means feeding your body the food it needs, feeding your soul what it needs, if it means, you know, walking more, getting outside with nature, going and being with Mama Gaia, if it means creating more with your passions, whatever it looks like for you. I feel like you will specifically know what your soul has been asking. And if it hasn't been, ask your guides. Listen, I keep getting all these messages of taking care of myself. What do you mean exactly? And they will tell you. But taking care of yourself is pretty self-explanatory in the sense of whatever your soul is asking for, whatever your body is asking for, respond to that. Take care of yourself. And in doing so, it'll also ignite your passions because you're going to be slowing down is kind of what I'm seeing here. I'm kind of seeing a slow down energy, and not in the energy of like halt, stop, nothing, because passions are very fast. Passions are very fire. But with the winter card here, I'm just kind of seeing like take a breath, take a breather, take a relaxation period, okay, so that you can get your energy back up to where it needs to be so you can continue to move forward and thrive, okay, which we love that. Speaking of thriving, you got the stag card here, trust and thrive. And then like I said, the bottom of the deck energy was Sky Father, which literally says trust in the unknown. So you got quite a few cards talking about the need of trust. You got cards saying that you need to trust what is happening, okay? If something has been going on lately and it's caused this sense of fear, it's caused a sense of unknowing, it's caused a sense of doubt, you are being called to trust, all right? And I know that that is the most annoying thing because you're like, Liv, maybe you're like me, okay? And you're like, Liv, I need to know how it's going to end. I need to know what's going to happen. Full disclosure, y'all, I am that person. I want to be in control so much. I hate surprises and like so much that when I go watch a movie, I literally Google what the end of the movie is going to be so that way I am not caught by surprise by any heartbreak, okay? I'm that person. I'm the kind of person that reads the end of the book first before I read the book, so I'm just not caught off guard, okay? That's me. That's how much of in control I desire to be, okay? I'm not saying it's a good thing. I'm just saying it's who I am. And I feel like maybe I'm tuning into those people as well who really just need to know, or they feel this desire to just know exactly how their life is going to pan out, exactly what the next 3 to 4 years of your life is going to look like, exactly what's going to happen if you make this decision, exactly what's going to happen if you take a step back. And you're being called to just, babe, trust, okay? Trust the universe. Hey, trust the universe. All right, stick Trust the Universe on Spotify, STIC. Listen to that song for pile number 2 and hype y'all up. I'm going to link it for you because I feel like it needs to be your anthem right now, okay? Trust the universe. Trust in the unknown. Sky Father represents the heavens, right? God, if that resonates with you, you know, source, light being. It represents the sky, the energy, the source that we all are. And this is saying that you are so incredibly divinely protected by Sky Father. You have someone there that wants to help you, encourage you, and nourish you. Also, a message I'm getting here is if you've had any kind of paternal pain in your life, if you've had any kind of paternal I don't know, maybe not even pain, but if you're craving a paternal figure in your life, Sky Father is one who can kind of take that place for you in this moment of being that spiritual father, of being that guide, of being that nurturing father that maybe we did not have. And if you're craving that kind of nourishment from a fatherly figure that you can't have in this three-dimensional world, call on Sky Father because he wants to work with you and help you heal that, all right? But again, going back, sorry for that side tangent, trust the freaking universe. Everything is happening in divine timing. Sky Father, you are being called to breathe. You are being called to trust. You're being called to go with flow. So many beautiful things are happening for you. I literally see so many amazing things happening for you when you sit back and you focus on yourself. When you sit back and become the alpha for a little bit, okay? I'm not saying it's a bad thing to love and to take care of others, okay? I want to make that really loudly clear and very well known. However, there is a time and a place where you need to focus on yourself, because imagine if you are someone who is a giver, all right? And you give, and you're just pouring out your cup. You're pouring out your metaphorical energy cup, and you're like, here, take some. You had a bad day, come cry on my shoulder. You need me to go pick up your kid from school, you know, I got you. You need me to cook you a home-cooked meal, I got you. You need me to lift you up, boost you up, tell you how amazing you are, I got you. Eventually, your cup is going to become empty. When your cup is empty, now you cannot give to anybody else, and you're feeling you're feeling drained yourself, right? So we don't want to get to that point. So as beautiful as it is to give to others, every time you pour your cup out, make sure you are pouring just as much, if not more, back to yourself, all right? And when you do so, when you focus on yourself, new ideas, new insights are going to come forward, new ways of thinking are going to come forward, new ways of blooming and blossoming are going to come forward, and it's going to be transformative. Okay, set your sights higher. This is a similar card to pile number 1. If this resonates with you, go listen to pile number 1 as well. Stargazer. Loud message for the general readings today is a lack of belief in ourselves, cutie. You deserve greatness. You deserve abundance. You deserve so many beautiful things in life, and you're being called to set your sights higher. As high as you think they are right now, double that, okay? If you're like, I want to make $100,000 in this year, double it, okay? Understand your worth is not limited. You can literally have anything it is you want out of this three-dimensional world if you manifest it, all right? And I know that can be annoying to hear, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't. That's totally fine. I'm not saying that every single possible thing I say is going to be for you as much as I hope it is. All right, so if you don't want to hear that, throw it away. But just remember, my love, you are energy. You are a magnet, okay? Whatever you want, set your intention out there and watch it come to you. Of course, you got to do the work. We are co-creators here, okay? We're co-creating with the universe. So put in that energy, put in that time, put in that effort, and ask for it, and watch yourself receive it. Set your sights higher. Believe in yourself. Believe that you can literally achieve your wildest dreams. The sun just started beaming in, which is so beautiful. Believe that you can achieve your wildest dreams, all right? If something feels big, if something feels outlandish, it's not, my love, it's not. I have a dream and a vision and a goal of getting my silver play button, okay? I want a silver play button on for my YouTube channel. If you do not know, that represents 100,000 subscribers. For the longest time, I've been like, that's so not practical. That is 100% not going to happen. That is such a big outlandish goal. What? Set your freaking sights higher, okay? No freaking way. You can have anything you deserve. Believe it, ask for it, and then receive it, my love. What is it that you want? What is it that you want if you were fully supported? What is it that you would want if you had no limiting beliefs to yourself, okay? What would be your dream job? What would be your dream career? What would be your dream house, your dream car, okay? Turn those dreams into reality and understand it starts with you, and it starts with believing that you freaking deserve it, okay? You deserve it, my love. Summer, bask in joy and light. Yes, please. Understand that you deserve so much happiness. You deserve so much joy. You deserve so much happiness. I just said that. You deserve so much joy and so much light, and also tuning into yourself, prioritizing yourself, trusting the universe, trusting divine timing, finding what your passions are, and then setting your sights even higher. It's going to bring you joy, and it's going to bring you light. It might be scary at first to literally let yourself think, okay, if I could do anything, what would I do, right? It can be scary to think about that because our ego immediately cuts in and they're like, that's not practical. How's that going to pay the bills? That doesn't make any sense. You think you can do that? Really? You think that that's going to happen for you? Okay, tell your ego to go take a walk outside, clock the door, and be like, listen, I need a minute, okay? Because you deserve this success. You deserve this happiness. And finding yourself is a loud message I'm getting for you, pile number 2. And not like you don't already know yourself, but maybe it's refinding yourself or finding yourself even deeper. And it's going to bring you so much joy, and it's going to bring you so much happiness. So when you get to that point, remember to sit and enjoy your happiness, okay? Sometimes we can get so caught up in the hustle and bustle of life. We can get so caught up in moving, grooving, shifting, changing, going on to the next big thing, the next idea, the next project, the next passion, the next idea. And you're being called to also just sit, acknowledge, and reflect on how amazing you are, how far you've come. And if you don't feel like this yet, baby, it's coming. But if you, even now, right, you can sit and just look at the last year that you just went through and realize how far you've come. Even if you're not where you thought you wanted to be, even if you're not where you wanted to be, you're not where you were. And that is huge, okay? You made it another 365 days. That's an accomplishment. That's amazing, okay? So remember to sit and bask in joy. Remember to sit and bask in the success and the accomplishments that you have made, because sometimes we can just move so fast and we don't even sit and acknowledge all of the growth we've made. And you're being called to acknowledge yourself, celebrate yourself, okay? Pile number 2, let's go ahead and tune into the tarot. Tarot, do you have any other messages for us for pile number 2? Spirit, speak loudly, speak clearly, speak to me. Any spirit guides, any spiritual messages? Again, Sky Father is a spirit guide that wants to work with you. If you are resonating with that, definitely tune in. You also did get quite a few animals, so you might be someone who really resonates with working with animals as well, which is absolutely beautiful. You also got 2 knights. You got Knight of Wands, which to me is so representational of the Fire Guardian, which we love. And you also got Knight of Swords. And I'm going to be super honest with you with what I'm seeing here real quick. Remember how I was just talking about our ego that is like, you don't deserve this, nothing's gonna happen, etc. I'm literally seeing your ego and your soul, okay? And I know that the Knight of Swords is not a bad card, and I'm not saying it is in any way, shape, or form, just like I'm not saying our egos are bad at all. Our egos can help us, our egos can teach us, our egos protect us, but sometimes they get a little bit out of control. And I feel like this is very loud because you got this next to Set Your Sight Higher, and you got the Knight next to the Guardian, the Fire Guardian, and Ignite Your Passions. And what I'm seeing is this one half of you that's like ready to seize the day. You're ready to prioritize yourself. You're ready to dive into your creative pursuits. You're ready to dive into your passions. You're ready to figure out who and what you are. And then ego comes in with this Knight of Swords, because if you look at it, they're literally, like, in my opinion, it looks like they're squaring off. Complete opposites, and they're going in the complete opposite, or like, that's what it's called, right? Yeah, the complete opposite direction. Like, this is so visually loud for me. I hope y'all are seeing it, what I'm seeing. This is just so visually loud for me. The Knight of Wands is what I believe your soul is asking you to do. And then the Knight of Swords comes in, and our ego gets very, very loud. I see your ego getting very protective of your practicality. I see your ego getting very loud, and I feel like your ego is going to start telling you things like, yeah, maybe it'd be super freaking fun to be a full-time tattoo artist, but you think you, someone who has no experience, could ever amount to that? Absolutely not. Yeah, it would be so fun to own a bakery. Of course it would be, but you think you can be practical at that? Okay, yeah, I'd love to be an author. Of course it'd be my full-time dream job. I can't ever do that. My books are not successful, or whatever it looks like. And I'm being told to remind you that when these thoughts come up, when these thoughts arise, because let's be honest, they arise in all of us. When these thoughts arise, call on your Fire Guardian, call on the Sky Father, and you can even call in the Knight of Wands energy and be like, hey, please remind me that this is all happening in divine timing. My passions are worthy. I do deserve to set my sights higher. I am powerful. I am confident. I am brave. I am strong. I can do this. I can do this, and I will do this. I can do this, and I will do this. All right, so call in your guides if you start to have those fears, if you start to have those doubts, if you start to have those anxieties, and remember that you are deserving of all the success that has been talked about here today. Okay, let's go ahead and see if there's any other messages from the tarot. Spirit, what else do we have to say for pile number 2 with the beautiful green calcite here? 6 of Wands, yes please, literally basking in their joy and success. The 6 of Wands is the card of basking in your own freaking success. Yes please. You also also got the Ace of Swords. I'm going to put the Ace of Swords over here. I feel like I did not set this up great today, but bear with me, okay? The Six of Wands is literally, in my opinion, the card of basking in your own success, basking in the warmth, basking in the joy, basking in sunlight, and literally just embracing and nourishing that energy. Yes, freaking please. Feel good about yourself, my love, especially after you go through what might be this ego battle with your ego and your soul. When you get out of that, really celebrate yourself, really celebrate your success with that Six of Wands. And not only are you going to be celebrating your success, but I feel like everybody else is going to start to notice a shift in your energy. People are going to start being like, dang, that person really has got their shit together. Like, they are killing it. And definitely embrace the energy of people celebrating you, embrace the energy of people loving you, embrace the energy of people being like, wow, you've changed in a really good and a high vibrational positive way. And with that being said, I just got an additional message as I said the words you've changed. You might energetically shift, you might go through an energetic change, and I'm going to be fully honest with you, maybe not everyone in your current life will go with you. There might be moments, there might be people that are just not going to vibe with you, they're not going to raise their vibrations with you, and that is super unfortunate, because when that happens, it means we sometimes lose the connections we have in our life. Maybe relationships will end, maybe friendships will end, maybe work relationships will end. But my love, it is not happening because you are a horrible person or you've made these big changes and now you're just like the worst. It's happening because your vibration is raising, your vibration is shifting, and if theirs is not, it's not going to connect, it's not going to vibe, and it's going to feel like tension. It's going to feel tiring to hang out with them. It's going to feel exhausting, and you're being called to prioritize those people that do get you, that do vibe with you. And it's not to say that those people in those relationships are not going to eventually raise their vibrations, but for now you're being called to focus on the ones that do. You're being called to focus on the energies that do serve you, okay? And that's going to boost you up, and it's going to bring you so much joy and so much passion. And the people that need to see it, the people that are going to vibe with you, are going to see that with the Six of Wands there. The Ace of Swords, new ideas and new opportunities coming with the trusting and the thriving card. Yes, please. New ideas, new opportunities, new ways of thinking are going to be presented to you during this time once we release and let be, okay? Release and let be is a loud message I'm getting for you. Sorry if my audio sounds weird. I am stretching across the table to get these cards. Trust, release, and let be, okay? And then new ideas are going to start to flow. I don't know if anybody else feels this way, but sometimes when I am like wanting to control the universe so much, I'm wanting to be in charge, I'm wanting to just make sure everything happens the way I want it to happen, I feel like I have no creative ideas. I feel like my YouTube channel does really bad. I feel like I am just in a complete rut. And once I just release the reins, it's like everything is easy. Everything is breezy. The ideas will start coming. The ideas will start flowing. The new ways of thinking are going to present themselves to you once you kind of trust, release, and let be, okay? Because right now, I feel like I was talking about this in the beginning. I feel like right now we have the reins pulled so tight and we're stressing so much. We just want it to be the exact way we think it should be all the time, and nothing is really happening, right? Maybe your manifestations aren't coming into fruition, or, you know, things are just not working out for you. You're feeling a lot of conflict all the time, etc. If that is happening, my love, you are being called to trust, release, and then receive, okay? Because once you release those reins, then spirit can run free. Literally, oh my God, that just made me so emotional because of the movie Spirit. It was my favorite movie as a kid, and it's a horse, and I'm talking about reins, and spirit was roaming free. What the heck? So many visuals just came to my mind, okay? If you get that, definitely go with that visual as well. So once you let go of the reins, spirit, either the horse or the energy of your little spirit guides, can run free, and they can flow in all their beautiful glory and truly show you what they were trying to show you all along, but we couldn't see because you were holding on to the leash or holding on to the reins so tight. All right. So once you release, I just see an abundance of new opportunities coming your way, abundance of new ideas coming your way, abundance of new ways of thinking, growing, and being coming your way. For the last deck we have here, this is the Goddess Guidance Oracle deck here. And what I'm doing is I'm setting my intention for this deck. If anybody would like to reach out to goddesses, anyone in pile number 2 would like to reach out to a specific goddess to work with as a spiritual guide, I'm setting the intention that anyone who shows themselves to pile number 2 during this next card pull is a goddess who would like to work with those reading, those listening, those receiving pile number 2's message, all right? However, if you are not wanting to work with a goddess, that is totally totally fine. You can just take the message and let it be. But if you are wanting to work with some new guides, some new goddesses, let's go ahead and see who is wanting to work with you. So our beautiful pile number 2 with our green calcite here. Our beautiful pile number 2 with our green calcite here. Any goddesses who would like to work with us here. Kuan Yin, my favorite. I love Kuan Yin. And you got the lotus card here. Yes, please. I meant like the lotus candle is what I was trying to say. Compassion. Release judgments about yourself and others and focus on the love and light that is within everyone. Yes, please. Okay, additional message I'm just getting right now. This Knight of Swords, this Knight of Wands, I do think it's going to be you and your ego, but full transparency, it also might be you and somebody else. When you start to follow your passions, when you start to follow your truth, like I was saying earlier, with the people not always vibing with you, that might be really tough, because this might mean that, you know, your family might start judging you and might start clapping back with very practical things like, how are you going to afford rent? How are you doing this, and that? How is this going to work out? You think you can be successful at this? That's a joke, etc. You might receive that that feedback. You might receive that lashback. What am I trying to say? Like that force. You might receive this force and this tension from those around you in your life, and you're gonna have this warmth energy that's just like, I need to pursue my passions, I need to focus on this. And again, please know, I am not saying to like quit your job and pursue your passions if that's not what's resonating with you. I'm just saying at least indulge them, right? At least do them on your free time, etc. But you still might receive that feedback from people that just don't understand it, and you're being called in this time to release judgments about them as well. All right, yes, of course, release judgments about yourself, but also release judgments about them, and understanding that nothing that anybody says ever really, like when they say something negative to you, it never has anything to do with you. It has to do with how they're feeling in their own skin, in their own body, and they are projecting that upon you, whether it is their own fears, whether it is their own doubts, whether it is their own subconscious, you know, energy, whatever it looks like for them. They are projecting that onto you, but it doesn't have anything to do with you. And that's why it's important to show compassion. That's why it's important to show grace and understanding that it doesn't mean you sit there and you take their negative words. It doesn't mean that you sit there and take their mental bullying if that's what's happening. But it does mean that instead of like fighting back with anger or aggression, it's more of like, okay, you know what? This is my passion and this is what I'm going to focus on. But if this is something that bothers you, we don't need to talk about it. And if they don't respect that, set those boundaries and walk away, okay? But being compassionate and understanding that even if they are yelling at you, even if they are like taking it out on you completely, again, don't put up with that, as in like don't sit there and take it, but energetically understand it truly has nothing to do with you, and it's just their own fear that they are projecting. Okay, you also got Una. Easy does it. There is no need to hurry or force things to happen. Everything is occurring in perfect timing. That was the exact message I was getting for y'all, right? Go with the flow, divine timing. Even though you have all this fire energy, which is typically about action, passion, movement, go, 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 go. I was getting this message for y'all, like go and slow, right? Like go, release, let flow, because things are going to happen and it's going to be beautiful. But you want it to happen in divine timing, right? You want it to happen in a way that it's going to be the best for the good of all and harm to none. And Easy Does It is here to remind you it is happening into perfect and complete divine timing. I know I'm messing all this up. I'm really sorry. Perfect and divine timing. If you're getting impatient, if you're struggling with your patience, remember that this is all happening in divine timing for the right reason. And if you're having a hard time remembering that, ask Una or Unog to kind of come in and help you see the full picture, and she will, okay? Then you got Isis, past life. Interesting. This situation involves your past life memories. If you've been called to do any kind of past life regression, cutie, this is loud and confirmed here. If not, though, this could be meaning that if you've had a block on your passions, if you've had like this spiritual block where you're like, Liv, I literally don't know how to connect to this, I don't know how to tune into this, etc. Isis is here to kind of tell you and remind you that this might be such a big block for you. This might be something that's hard to kind of see and fully understand, because it doesn't just start in this lifetime and it doesn't just stay in this lifetime. This could be a past energy that has come and resurfaced. I think I mentioned in my video that I did a past life regression because I had something that had latched onto me from a past life and I had not let go, I had not released it, and it was affecting me in my entire 23 years of life, okay? It affected me since I had been born, and it was just showing up and manifesting in different ways, in different aspects of my life. So I did a past life regression to heal that and to get rid of that, and it did work. But if you do not want to go and do all that, definitely just connect with Isis. And if you are having a block when it comes to finding your passion, if you're having a block when it comes to, you know, your ego and your soul, this could again stem from a past life. So connect with Isis, ask her to show you the full picture, ask her to show you what is truly there, and really take down those walls and take down those barriers, and then she will help you release that. Okay, are there any other goddesses that would like to work with pile number 2, the beautiful calcite stone? May Eve, cycles and rhythms. Honor the cycles of your body, energy levels, and emotions. Yes, please. Okay, so it might be hard, it might be challenging, you might feel happy some days, you might feel upset or frustrated other days, and just be gentle with yourself. Okay, compassion, not just compassionate towards others, which we love, okay, but compassionate towards yourself, gentle towards yourself, kind towards yourself. This is also a heavy message for any of my listeners who do have periods, okay? Periods can be very frustrating. They can be annoying. They can be physically debilitating sometimes. If you struggle with periods at all, ask May Eve to come in and remind you of the beauty of the natural rhythm and cycle of your body, of the natural rhythm and flow of your body, and just connect to that. The last card you got here is peace. There is no need to worry as everything is working out beautifully. Yes, freaking please. This is what I was saying. It is all working out for the highest good. It is all working out for your favor. It is all working out to bless you, to benefit you, to encourage you. I know it doesn't feel that way right now, but my love, all in divine timing, this is all happening for you, not to you. This is happening for you, and it's happening in the complete and perfect timing. You don't need to worry, babe. You don't need to worry, but I know that worries do come. So if you do feel worried, if you do feel anxious, ask Irene to bring you serenity. Ask Irene to bring you peace. Ask her to wash over you and just say, hello, please provide me calmness, please provide me serenity, and remind me of why this is happening, and remind me that this is all happening in complete and perfect divine timing. Again, going back to that trust card, those multiple trust cards, okay? Trust the universe. This is all happening in divine timing, for divine reasons. But again, like I said, fears, worries, anxieties come. So if you're having those, definitely call on Irene or Sky Father or both and help you remind you, or Unog, and ask them to help that, Olivia, ask them to help you remind yourself that this is all happening in divine timing, okay? The last thing we are going to do for you today, pile number 2, is a book divination pull here. Today we are using the Angels, Spirit Guides, and Goddesses book. I'm setting the exact same intention that I did with the Goddess cards. If there are any goddesses, angels, or spirit guides, or gods who would like to reach out and work with you, I'm asking them to show themselves during this pull. Again, if you do not want to work with any of these, you do not have to. You can just take their message. But if you would like to work with spirit guides and you've been asking for some new ones that are kind of wanting to work with you, this is a great way to find some, okay? I am going to give a tiny disclaimer. I gave the same one for pile number 1, so if you already heard it, definitely skip through. But I just want to give a disclaimer, not tiny. I want to give a disclaimer before working with any spiritual guides, any gods, any goddesses, even when working with dragons or tarot, okay? This is a spiritual practice. You are working with divine beings, which are so amazing and have beautiful energy, but you are still opening up yourself to receive energy, okay? And when we do that, we're opening ourselves up to all energy, high vibrational and not so high vibrational. And this is why protecting yourself is so important. Before I work with any angels, before I work with any deities, before I work with any gods or goddesses or dragons or unicorns, or even before I do tarot, I am constantly protecting myself and my energy, because I understand that when I open myself up, I become a beacon, not just for beautiful things, but also for the not so great things, okay? And I want to open myself up to these divine beings, but I also want to protect myself from energies that are just not serving me and energies that are just not high vibrational. So I am going to include in the description a short on how to protect yourself. I made it on YouTube. I want to do a whole video about how to protect yourself. If you want to see it, let me know. But these are just 2 easy ways that you can protect yourself. and they are highly beneficial, but you can always protect yourself with your energy and just stating the intention that only love and light is allowed in this space, only positivity and truth is allowed in this space. I only accept high vibrational loving energies and warm welcome energies at this time. Any other energies that are here at this time are banished and not welcome in. Always for safekeeping, I also just always ask Archangel Michael to go outside my house, stick his sword in the ground, and I literally see, like from WandaVision, like a boom, 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 like orb of protective light kind of coming over me, my space, and my energy. You can also create a sacred hoop, a sacred circle, a sacred like a hoop, a circle, a space of protection. There's a lot you can do. You can look it up, but I did include a short for you. But just always protect yourself. That's my 2 cents. Okay, so let's go ahead and see for beautiful calcite, beautiful pile number 2, any angels, spirit guides, or goddesses who would like to work with our beautiful pile number 2. Yes! Archangel Uriel. I love Archangel Uriel. I'm going to move this card deck here, put Skyfather down, and just go like this. All right, I know this is not the best way, but it is what's happening right now. Uriel is one of my favorite archangels of all freaking time. He is so amazing. He is so creative. He is so freaking cool, okay? Archangel Uriel will help you tap into your creativity, which, hello, we got the Ignite Your Passions card. We got the Knight of Wands card, which is literally about igniting and creating your creative passions, okay? He will help you deepen your insights, see the variety of futures your choices create, yes. Make your choices based on love, yes. And transform even your worst nightmare into a gift, yes, please. One way to ask for Uriel's help is to write him a letter. Mail it, burn it, or simply throw it away. Or make a storyboard. Cut out pictures that represent what you want to create. Write Uriel's name on the top, and at the bottom write, help me create this or something better. And then hang the storyboard someplace you'll see it. Spend a few minutes looking at it each day, knowing that Uriel is working his magic. Yes, 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 yes. Archangel Uriel, thank you for showing yourself today. I have been asking him to help me with new ideas for videos. I always ask him for creative guidance, and he is absolutely amazing. I'm so happy y'all got him. I really like Archangel Uriel. So definitely tune in and connect with him if he resonates with you, okay? Wonderful archangel to work with. All right, so pile number 2, that was your reading and your book divination. I hope this resonated with you. If this did resonate with you, please feel free to leave a comment down below and let me know. Commenting, subscribing to my channel, and giving a thumbs up all makes such a huge difference for me and my channel's growth. So if you would like to see my channel grow or contribute to it in any way, that is an easy, super easy way to do so. So thank you so much to everyone who does comment and subscribe. It means the world to me. So thank you so much. I also wanted to let you know that I do accept both tips and donations at Venmo and PayPal. Neither are required nor an expectation. Just receive with so much joy and so much gratitude. Thank you so much to everyone who has left me a tip or donation. It means the world to me and really helps me and my channel and just all the growth that you guys have just been helping with so much. And my PayPal is acting kind of weird. So if you want to use my PayPal, definitely scroll down to the description, click on the link, and it'll take you right there, okay? Pile number 2, I love you so much. I am so grateful for all of you and all of your love and support and kindness and just general amazingness that you have offered to me in this channel. You just are so freaking wonderful, and I'm so grateful for you. Always remember to show others love, show your light, and shine so bright, and I will see you cutie patooties for my next video. Bye! All right, last but never, ever in the least but least, pile number 3 with the beautiful geode here. I love this stone, and to me, it's like the baby to this mama geode I have over here. And on the inside, it is just this beautiful, gorgeous quartz color. I don't know why I just said that so weird. It's quartz, and it's just absolutely gorgeous. So we are starting off with the Angels and Ancestors Oracle cards today. As always, all of the decks and books I use will all be linked down below in my description for you if you want to check those out. What am I doing with my fingers? So I pulled one card just to kind of gauge the general energy of what we're kind of looking at for today for pile number 3. And you got the Seer, see beyond the current situation. Okay, first of all, I might have some mystics tapping in here, okay? I might have someone who's been interested in doing tarot, oracle, divination work of any kind. That is loud here. Automatic writing, all of that good jazz, okay? If you have been called to do so, your guides are heavily encouraging you to continue on that path. But this doesn't have to be about just the mystics here, okay? This is just seeing beyond the current situation. You are being told by your guides that you have intuitive guidance that can really, truly help you out in this situation. I just got a major headache, and I have not had one all day. So this might be something that is definitely affecting your crown or your third eye chakra, specifically your third eye chakra, which is not surprising because we got the seer, okay? So if this is a block for you, this is a fear for you, baby, just remember, take what resonates with you and leave what doesn't. But let's go ahead and take a deep breath together. And when you breathe in, think about breathing in and understanding and identifying all of those fears. All right, we're going to breathe in and feel the fear, feel the worry, feel the whatever headache, pain that we have. And when you breathe out, I want you to release it and give it to Gaia, okay? Let's do this together. All right, release that energy, my love. You are being told that you have a gift. You definitely have a gift. You have foresight here, whether it is through tarot, whether it's through divination of any kind, whether it is through looking into a crystal ball, or whether it is just knowing your intuition. If you are someone who gets those gut feelings, my love, start listening to those. Those gut feelings might save you, okay? Those gut feelings are going to bring you insight into a situation that you are asking about. With the Peacekeeper here, I feel like you might be currently coded in a lot of drama. I feel like there might be a lot of people around you who are needing to be constantly right. They're kind of constantly trying to prove themselves, prove they're who they are, prove that they're always, you know, in the right, never in the wrong, constantly Google searching if you say something and they're like, I don't know about that. And they're like always fact checking you. Y'all know those kind of people, right? I feel like maybe you've been surrounded by a lot of those people lately and you are being called to just not get involved, okay? Don't get involved in the drama. Don't get caught up in it. Easier said than done. Trust me, I know. But you have been given a gift to kind of see beyond this situation and understand that people's need to be right stems from an insecurity of them where they're kind of constantly are feeling invalidated. So if someone's constantly feeling invalidated, if they're constantly feeling like they can't get anything right, they can never win, etc., what are they going to do? They're going to project in the form of, I'm constantly right, I'm always right, you're wrong, etc. All right, and you are being told here to kind of be the peacekeeper in the situation and just step away. All right, you don't need to be involved. You don't need to try to prove how right you are, prove what you're saying is correct. The truth will always show itself. The truth will always reveal. So just take a deep breath and release that energy. But the reason you're being given this gift of kind of seeing past the current situation, you're being given this gift to see beyond what is just right in front of you, is because I do feel like this kind of, I don't know, I want to say chaotic energy that might be swirling around you lately. Maybe it is with a physical person, like drama, or maybe you have something going on with your health. If you have been feeling any kind of physical ailments, any kind of physical dis-ease lately, your guides are trying to give you this gut feeling, this intuition, and whatever it looks like for you. Again, if you do tarot, if you do divination work, if you do anything like that, that's definitely loud here as well. But if you don't, your guides are still heavily talking to you in a sense of being able to see with your intuition. If you have any kind of physical dis-ease, your guides are giving you the gift of listening to that inner voice, listening to that gut feeling, so you can fully see what is really going on, fully see what is really happening here. Because you got the medicine guardian, which is Archangel Raphael. So speaking of archangels, this also represents white buffalo woman, which is a guide you can work with as well to kind of give you that serenity, give you that calm when you just want to bite back, when you just want to snap back and be like, actually, you're wrong. Let me tell you how wrong you are. Ask the white buffalo woman to kind of come in and help bring you that calmness, bring you that serenity. And then Archangel Raphael here, he is here to help you heal, okay? This is what's talking about being open to healing information. I really do feel like this healing information is going to come in the sense of a spiritual message, a spiritual download, an energetic download. Your intuition, automatic writing, dreams. My crown chakra is going crazy, babe. Ooh, okay. It feels like all the hairs are standing up on my head. This does not just have to be like your own physical ailment, but if anybody in your life, if anybody close to you is having any kind of dis-ease, I'm not saying it has to be super extreme, but any dis-ease in general, you're being kind of told to listen to your intuition when it comes to medical advice. And I'm not saying not to take medical advice. I'm never going to tell you that, but just really listen to your intuition. If you're being told to get a second opinion, listen to your intuition during that journey. If you're being called to, question the doctor about something, or whatever it looks like for you, good or harm to none, including yourself, okay? Just listen to this intuition, listen to this gut feeling. Maybe you've never been to the doctor about this and you're like, it's fine, it's normal. And all of a sudden you're like, you know what? I really am having this gut feeling about this health journey. I feel like I should talk to a doctor. Go see one, okay? Listen to your gut feeling. And again, this could be about you or someone else, but I feel like you've been given this gift of feeling, like having a knowing about a physical health condition when it comes to Raphael being right here next to you. And so definitely tune into that. Don't shy away from that, okay? Let's go ahead and see if there are any other, oh my gosh, any other messages for pile number 3 from the Angels and Ancestors Oracle cards. You got Sage, be devoted and committed. Okay, loud message I'm getting here is be devoted and committed to you, yourself, and your healing. Again, I'm not saying that the physical dis-ease has to do with you. It could have to do with somebody else, but you're being called to sit down and commit to yourself, okay? Or commit to something that you're passionate about. The Sage represents someone who is wise. The Sage is incredibly wise, right? So is the Peacekeeper, so is Raphael, and so is the Seer. And you're being really called to connect to this divine wisdom that you have, this divine energy that you have within you. And you're really being called to sit and reflect on that. The Sage also heavily represents the energy of understanding that it is okay to be committed to your growth. I feel like a lot of times in society, there's almost like this weird shame around truly being committed to your growth, right? Because being committed to your growth means you might be spending less time on social media. It means you might be spending less time I don't know, doing other activities that would take up your time. Being committed to your growth is a huge accomplishment. Being committed to your growth is a huge acknowledgement. And let me say, being committed to your growth does not mean that there's not going to be bad days or there's not going to be hard days. Being committed to your growth means that even when you have those hard days, even when you have those days where you're like, I just want to give up, you get back up and you go again. All right, that's the commitment. Committing to somebody or something or anything like this is never like an easy thing. It's not saying, oh, this is so easy, right? Think about it in relationship terms, right? Being committed to a long term relationship, it's not always the easiest thing. Are you going to fight? Yes. Are you going to argue? Yes, because you're two different people with two different minds and two different hearts and two different energies, right? So sometimes there's going to be disagreements. Sometimes there's going to be arguments, but being committed means that even with all of those, you choose to be with that person day in and day out. And right now, the person you're being called to commit to is yourself. You're being called to sit down and commit to your own energy. I don't like saying that word. You're being called to sit down and devote yourself to your own time, to your own energy. You're being called to devote yourself to your spiritual growth, your spiritual path, very similarly to pile number 2. If this resonates with you, maybe go look at that as well. But you're being called to focus on your spiritual path, focus on your spiritual journey. Maybe you are somebody who has this idea that you have this gift, you have this feeling. I lost all hearing in my left ear. Y'all are making my physical vessel go crazy. And that has not happened today. Okay, I got a headache. My crown chakra started going crazy. And now I have no hearing in my left ear. What the heck, pile number 3, especially with that medicine guardian, okay? I feel like a lot of your gifts lie within your physical body. And what I mean by that is like, maybe you are really gifted with your hands, energy work, Reiki. Maybe you are very gifted with your hands doing tarot, whatever it looks like for you. Or maybe you just feel things very physically in your body, like what's happening to me right now, because this is nutsos, okay? This is nuts. What the freaking heck, pile number 3, okay? But you're being called to commit to this journey. You're being called to commit to your spiritual growth. You're being called to commit to understanding that you have been given a gift, whether it is, quite literally being a seer and looking into a crystal ball, whether it is through divination magic, whether it is through tarot, whether it is through Reiki, whether it is through healing of any kind, whatever it looks like for you, you are being called to focus on these gifts you have. Maybe your gift is being a peacekeeper. That's a huge gift. That is an amazing gift, is to be the calm in the storm of all these energies that are kind of coming at you and kind of throwing themselves at you, and being able to keep calm, being able to keep serene during that is power. You know what I'm saying? But you are being called to really focus on your own energy right now. Also, speaking of wise ones, if you want to work with any kind of spiritual teacher, spiritual leader, this is also a loud confirmation that that is the right choice to make for you, okay? But again, the wisdom comes from within. In my personal belief, the wisdom comes from within, and really what spiritual teachers help us do is bring out the wisdom that has already been within us all along, all right? But you are already wise, you are already amazing, you are already truly gifted. But if you are being called to kind of sit and meditate or go work with a spiritual teacher, definitely embody that energy, okay? Also, a message I'm getting for you with all these green earth tones is spend some more time outside, connect with Gaia, connect with nature, all right? This does also talk about the heart chakra here with our archangel Raphael. So if you've been having any heart pain, or if anyone you know in your family is having heart pain, again, listen to that intuition with whatever it says. But if you have been called to kind of get a medical opinion, definitely do that, okay? I am not someone that believes all physical ailments are spiritual. In that same vein, I also do not believe that all physical conditions are pharmaceutical. My brain is all over the place, but I believe there is a time and a place for both, and I think those are both very necessary. But because Archangel Raphael, goodness, live, because he does represent like the medicine energy, if you haven't called to get a medical opinion, a second opinion, or even just go to the doctor for the first time, definitely recommend doing so, okay? It doesn't hurt to get an opinion. It doesn't mean you have to like take that as your, oath, but it doesn't hurt to get that opinion. Wow, my words are all jumbled. Y'all are really throwing me off with all these physical conditions. Like, oh my, not conditions, but like reactions to my physical vessel. I was not expecting that, okay? So let's go ahead and see if you have any messages from the tarot for pile number 3, our incredibly spiritual group here. Wow, okay, a lot. Pile number 3 with our incredibly spiritual group. You got the Emperor. The Emperor is so wise. The Emperor is also incredibly confident in embodying the energy. You also got the Moon, which we'll talk about. You also got the Page of Wands. Wow, you guys got a lot right off the bat. Okay, let's see what else Spirit has to say for pile number 3. Third and final pile number 3. 4 of Wands, and then you got one here as well. The Hermit. This was creeping up when I was holding this deck this entire time, and this card freaks me out because it's an octopus, and I don't know why, but it kind of gives me the creep, so I kept putting it back, and of course, it hopped out. Why wouldn't it? Yeah, of course. So let's talk about this. So the Emperor getting paired here right next to the Sage. The Emperor represents this confident, strong, masculine leader energy, and getting that paired with the Sage here shows me a very healthy energy of balance, because the Emperor is confident, proud, loud, etc. And the Sage is quiet, kind of more demure, kind of more on the, not shy, but just like more of the reserve side. And when you get those together, you get a freaking powerhouse, okay? Because I feel like you are going through this journey, and I feel like it is going to bring without you this strong Emperor energy. The Emperor is masculine, but in this deck, it gives me that healthy balance because it's surrounded by water, which is flow, which is like the divine feminine. So I really do feel like this is a beautiful, healthy balance and a very beautiful harmony of having the strength of our masculine energy with also the empathy of our beautiful feminine energy. And I really do feel like most people do, right? When we get that yin and yang in perfect harmony, we're unstoppable, okay? And I feel like that's kind of what's going to happen to you on this journey, and that's why you're being called to kind of take the peacekeeper route, right? You don't have to get caught up in the petty arguments or the drama or the need to always be right, because you have this Emperor energy within you. I feel like it's not anything new, if I'm being honest. I feel like this is something that you've always had, but maybe it's been lying dormant. My crown chakra, oh my gosh, pile number 3. Ooh, my head's going crazy. I feel like this was something that has always been within you, but it has been kind of suppressed, maybe by another person, or maybe by society, or maybe by ourselves and our own limiting beliefs, etc. Whatever it looks like for you, I do feel this energy that this has always been within you. You've always had this strong, sturdy energy. The Peacekeeper, the White Buffalo Man, is incredibly strong, incredibly powerful, and so is the Emperor. And I really do feel like you've always had this. You've always had this energy, but it has just been suppressed. And going through this journey of listening to your intuition, going through this journey of tapping into who you truly are, going through this journey of listening to the gifts that you've always been given, and tuning into the Sage energy, tuning into the Peacekeeper energy of I don't need to stoop to this level in order to feel fit, in order to fit in, right? I don't need to constantly be right in order to prove myself. You're going to evolve into the Emperor, which again is something I feel like is not new to you. I feel like this is something that's been inherently inside of you all along, but has maybe just been suppressed. It's coming out, my love. Sorry, my bracelets are so jingle jangly, but it is coming out. It is awakening within you, and you're going to embody that Emperor energy, okay? Embody that Emperor energy, embody that strength, that confidence. Yes, please. I'm already sitting up straight. Yes, please. Embrace that confidence, that energy of, I know my worth, I know my value, I know my word to be true, so I don't need to argue it, right? I know my word to be true, so I don't need to argue it. It'll come, the truth will always reveal itself, all right? Period. Page of Wands, a lot of young, youthful, positive energy here. Pages are not just youthful as in age. I believe youth is energy, right? I've talked about this before. I did a reading for someone who was like in her 80s, and she had the youngest energy of anyone I've met in a long time, okay? So youth is not just age. Youth is energy, embracing the energy. But this also represents new creative ideas are flowing. This also represents a lot of good communication with other people. And you got that right there with the Peacekeeper. So if you are somebody who needs to communicate a lot, whether it's for work or maybe you're chatty like me, okay, whatever it looks like, if you are someone who does communicate a lot and there's been that conflict in communication where it's all about like, I'm right, no, I'm right, no, I'm right, no, I'm right. The Page of Wands also is here to emphasize that being that person that's like, okay, you know what, like I'm not going to argue this point, right? It's going to bring about healthier communications in general, like all across the board, all right? But if you are wanting to tune into your creative elements, if you're wanting to tune into your creative flow, I'm going to give a different message here, or a deeper message, I guess you could say. If you're wanting to tune into your spiritual flow, okay, loud message for all three piles today. If you're wanting to tune into your spirituality, your spiritual growth, your spiritual flow, Page of Wands is confirming that. It's confirming that it's going to bring good news. It's going to bring excitement. It's going to bring rejuvenation into your life, okay? And then you got the moon here. And you got the moon with the seer, okay? And the moon kind of talks about almost like a crisis of faith, a crisis of believing versus seeing. I don't like the word crisis, but almost like this, I'm getting this feeling of doubt. And I really, really, really feel like I'm tuning into somebody who has had these spiritual experiences, maybe something that you were like, well, that's interesting, okay? Or you get these energetic downloads, you get these tingles, your spidey sense, okay? Because my crown chakra went crazy, my ear went crazy, and my head, okay? My third eye. So if you are connecting to any of that, maybe you've gotten these feelings, maybe you've gotten these tingles, these sensations, maybe you've had these instances, and then our practical mind comes in and goes, that's nothing. All right, that is nothing. You are making all of this up. You are just kind of going crazy. You probably haven't drinking enough water today. That's why you just randomly got a headache when pulling out the seer card. That has to be it. Your ear's going crazy. You probably just lost a hair in your ear or something. That's all. It's not your guides talking to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get this energy of your conscious and your subconscious kind of like colliding and being like, this is what I'm seeing. No, it's not. That doesn't make any sense. That's not practical. That can't be explained by science, so it doesn't make sense, right? But you're being called in this moment to understand, my love. It is okay to have doubts. It is okay to have fears. We all doubt, okay? Don't let anybody tell you that they don't doubt sometimes in life. We all have our doubts. We all question things. We all are, maybe this isn't going to work. Maybe it is going to work. We all have those moments. But you are being called to rise above that, okay? Literally rise above the water. You are being called to say, you know what? I'm going to get those sensations. I'm going to get those tingles. And even if I want to discredit them with just a, oh, maybe I haven't drank enough water today, which, still drink water. I'll drink water right now. But if you get those feelings, just in that moment, be like, you know what? Maybe this is a gift. Maybe it's something, and I'm going to just sit and hear, and I'm going to see if anything comes of it. I'm going to see if I follow this intuition, what happens. You know what I'm saying? Just counteracting that not subconscious, but counteracting that self-doubt, all right? Because the moon is beautiful. The moon is glorious. We love the moon, but the moon does talk about those fears that we have, and I just believe in no such thing as coincidences, okay? And you got that right next to the seer card. So I feel like you are having these intuitive moments. You are having these intuitive hits, but then something kind of gets in your way of, oh, it's probably not true, it's probably not reality, it's probably just me making things up again because that's what I do, or whatever, like you're rationalizing it, right? But definitely tune into your seer energy. Definitely something that I did when I was first getting into my intuition, when I was first trying and starting to listen to it, is every time I got an intuitive message, whether it was an angel number, they spoke to me a lot that way, or a random thought that popped into my head, or a movie, or whatever would happen that would just randomly pop into my head, all I would do is just write it down. I didn't even get a notebook. I just wrote it down on my phone. You can definitely physically write it down if that helps you. But I just wrote it down because I'd be at work or something and I'd go to the bathroom and write down this like message I would randomly get. And then I wouldn't even think about it until I got another one, and I would look at it and they would start to add up. They would start to line up, and I would start to see synchronicities in all of these messages I was receiving. And so even if that's all you do for right now, that's more than enough. Okay, that's brilliant and amazing, and I love that for you. But just start putting a little bit more energy towards listening to these intuitive hits that you are receiving. Okay, and then you got the Hermit, which again I was trying to avoid, but they said no, let me be. Okay, with the Hermit card here, y'all are being definitely called to go into that moment where you're like, okay, it is time for me to focus on me. Like I was saying with the Sage, it is time for me to focus on my spiritual growth, my spiritual journeys. Yes, please. Okay, the Hermit, especially with the Seer card there, the Hermit is trying to encourage you to spend more time alone, spend more time with yourself, off of social media, off of the distractions we find ourselves in on our day-to-day, and just be with your true self, be with your true energy. Turn your phone off or turn off social media, whatever it looks like for you, and just really connect with yourself, because this is where you're really going to hear your intuition. This is where you're really going to hear who you are. This is where you're really going to get those intuitive hits. If you're like, Liv, I don't know how to do that. Like, I'm literally constantly on my phone. If I'm in the bathroom, if I'm in the shower, if I'm at home, if I'm on the car, whatever I'm doing, I constantly have something playing, something going, something distracting me. I don't know how to be alone, right? I know a lot of people like that. I myself was like that for a really long time. And this is about, again, taking small steps, okay? If you take one step every day, in a year you would have taken 365 steps, all right? Start by not having your phone at all with you when you're in the shower, okay? I know a lot of people don't have their phone in the shower, but I know people who do have their phone in the shower. Oh, okay, so definitely leave your phone out of the shower, out of the bathroom even. And just start by connecting to yourself when you're alone in the shower by yourself every single day, or whenever you take a shower, whatever, okay? Or when you are 30 minutes before you go to bed, keep your phone far away from your bed, okay? Plug it on the other side of the room and just be with yourself, whether it's just writing, whether it's journaling, whether it's reading, whatever it is. Just connect with who you truly are and get into your hermit mode, because your gifts are being offered to you, but sometimes we don't see them if we're constantly consuming media, if we're constantly consuming social media to distract our minds. One thing I will say is, if y'all are sensitive to energies like I am, especially when my crown and my third eye started going crazy, if y'all are feeling that energy and the reason you're on social media is to distract your mind, ask your spirit guides to ease that pain. Ask your spirit guides to make it easier for you to, deal with the weight of all of this that's going on, all right? Because sometimes it shows itself as anxious feelings or having that feeling of anxiety. Sometimes it can show as just like obsessing over certain things or feeling really down, or whatever it looks like for you. For years, I struggled with anxiety, and trust me, oh my God, I still do. Trust me, okay? But I really struggled with it for a very long time. And I'm not saying, let me be very, very clear. I am not saying that spirituality helped or cured my anxiety in any way, shape, or form, and that it should come in the place of medication or anything like that, okay? What I'm saying for me personally, okay, is a lot of my anxiety was coming from me being super overstimulated by just people and energy. And once I learned to protect myself, protect my energy, and protect who I allow into my space, a lot of my anxiety did decrease, okay? And so the hermit is so important, because you're being called to literally go within, spend that time alone, and figure out, what do you like? What are your spiritual gifts? What messages do you receive? What is this little feeling you have been getting? Focus on that, feel that energy and sit with it, okay? And then the Four of Wands here with the healing card, okay, a message, okay? I guess that's what this whole thing is, but a separate message real quick. I know I was talking a lot about the physical body, which I definitely still think that resonates, but an additional message here with the Four of Wands is, again, going back to Raphael, okay, the beautiful medicine guardian. He works with our heart chakra, okay? If you have heart chakra blocks, that may result in, feeling a lot lonely a lot in relationships. It can result in, just poor, not poor, but just maybe having a hard time giving or receiving love and things like that. The Four of Wands is the literal honeymooner card, right? This represents going on a beautiful honeymoon or a vacation and just being at one, being at peace with the people who you love, being at peace, finding that true love, finding that romance. And I'm tuning into someone very specific, so I do not think that this message is for everybody, but I definitely feel like I'm connecting to at least one person here. So if this one is not for you, take it and throw it away. Don't claim it, okay? No worries. But I definitely am tuning into somebody where they are maybe not having any physical dis-ease, but there is a lot of emotional dis-ease when it comes to our heart, when it comes to believing that we deserve love, when it comes to loving others, when it comes to allowing other people into our heart space, our heart center, okay? And I'm not saying just let anybody in, okay? But working with Raphael will really help you understand your heart chakra better. Going into the hermit mode will help you understand your heart chakra better. And ask Raphael to help you kind of open up, help you receive, help you connect, etc. Because you deserve this Four of Wands energy if it's something you're going after. Again, for the people I'm connecting with, I'm not saying it's everybody, but I'm definitely tuning into somebody who would like to have this romance, or maybe it's a friendship, would like to have this Four of Wands moment of just complete serenity, right? Complete harmony, complete serenity, harmony, success, etc. when it comes to emotions and relationships. Even though this is a Wands card, it does represent that honeymoon love energy. And I feel like if you are somebody who wants that, again, my love, it starts with you. It starts with understanding that you deserve it, okay? You deserve to receive abundant love. You deserve to be spoiled. You deserve to be taken care of. You deserve to take care of. And you also deserve to spoil others. Like, you deserve equal partnership. You deserve harmony. You deserve love. And again, that all stems from our heart chakra and knowing and truly seeing our worth, okay? So if you want to do that as well, definitely call on Archangel Raphael and he will help you, okay? Now we're going to pull some of these Goddess Guidance Oracle cards. For these cards, I set the intention that any goddesses that would like to show themselves for you guys to work with for pile number 3 would please show themselves and the messages they have to offer. However, if you are not wanting to connect with any goddesses, if that's not really your vibe, if you're just here for the messages, just take the messages and understand that it's still for you, like it's still there to resonate. But if you are specifically wanting to meet new guides, work with new deities and such, this is also for you, okay? So let's go ahead and see for pile number 3, the beautiful Goddess Guidance Oracle cards. Abundatia, I always say this wrong and I'm very sorry. Prosperity. The universe is pouring abundance out to you. Be open to receiving. Yes, please. The universe is pouring abundance with the Emperor. The Emperor is incredibly abundant. The Emperor is incredibly confident, strong, brave, wonderful, abundant, right? And so is the Four of Wands, and so is the Page of Wands, okay? The universe is pouring abundance out to you, but again, we have to understand that we deserve the success. We deserve to be the king, queen, she, he, they, them of our own throne. We deserve to find our person. We deserve to feel good in our own skin. We deserve abundance and financial matters, whatever it looks like to you, like you deserve it. And again, it starts with you being open to receiving, and being open to receiving starts with believing you deserve to receive it, okay? You also got Lakshmi, bright future. Stop worrying. Everything is going to be fine. Sheesh, okay? Stop worrying. Everything is going to be fine. If you are someone that gets anxious about the future, if you are someone that wants to kind of control exactly how things are going to go, ask Lakshmi to kind of come in and bring you that calmness, bring you that peace, bring you that serenity, and remind you that everything is working out in divine timing. You also got Mother Mary. Expect a miracle. Have faith that your prayers are being heard and are being answered, okay? Expect a miracle. Yes, please. Going into that hermit mode, you're going to connect with yourself. You're going to connect with your divine. If there's something you're manifesting, understand that it is on its way to you, okay? And if you're getting impatient, ask Lakshmi to help you. And if you don't believe it, ask Abundatia to kind of remind you of this power that you hold, okay? You also got Vesta, which represents home. Your household situation is improving either through a move or a healthy change, and the occupants love that for you. This could also be the card representing feng shui if that's something you're into. Definitely look into it. My fiance has recently gotten really into it. I never really knew what it was, if I'm being fully honest with you, until she started doing it, and now I kind of get it. But your home can be your sanctuary. Okay, your home can be a place that provides you comfort, safety, and peace. And so definitely, if you are not in a positive living situation, ask Vesta for help and she will help you create one. And if you are feeling like there's going to be a change soon, understand that it is on its way to you, okay? But if you are feeling impatient, if you are feeling nervous about, your current occupants, or if you're feeling nervous about it's not going to work out, nothing is going to work out for me, ask Vesta to kind of come in and remind you of her grace, remind you of her wonderful magnitude that she has in order to adjust the situation. You also got Nematona. Create a sacred space, create an altar or visit a power place to connect with the divine, okay? Interesting, because I was just talking about feng shui, all right? If you are wanting to create a sacred space or make your home a sacred space, definitely prioritize that, my love. Especially, oh my God, especially when you are going through your hermit mode, because you're going to be spending probably a lot of time at home in your room or in your place of solitude. So make it somewhere that you enjoy, and make it somewhere that is spiritually connected to you and connected for you, and definitely prioritize that energy, okay? Make it a sacred space. Make it a place where you can connect with your gods, your goddesses, your deities. Make it a place that you enjoy being. And again, I know a lot of us cannot choose our occupants right now, so if you have your own space, whether it is a corner of a room or something that you can create, or your car, whatever it looks like prioritize making it a place you enjoy being, wherever it is, whatever you have. And if you cannot do that, go visit a sacred space, go visit a sacred energy, and really prioritize, again, your spiritual journey, okay? I know it's not fun to hear, but it is definitely something that needs to happen, okay? Prioritize your spiritual journey and connect with the divine, connect with the divine being, connect with your goddesses, connect with all these goddesses who want to work with you, right? Connect with your spiritual guides, connect with your dragon, connect with Mama Gaia, whatever it looks like, connect. And this is so important because, again, you've been given these gifts, but I feel, again, that's counteracting energy, and it's going to be very important for you to find that sacred space, connect with the divine that way, so you really can see and hear exactly what they are trying to say without our naysayer ego getting in the way, okay? The last thing I have for you today is book divination. We are using the Angels, Spirit Guides, and Goddesses book today by Susan Gregg. This is going to be linked down below, but it does look different. They changed the whole cover, but definitely it is still the same book. So if you see it and you're like, Liv, you sent me the wrong book, I didn't, okay? So just trust me on that one. So I'm going to give you a little disclaimer before we get started. I gave this to pile 1 and 2 as well, so if you've heard all those piles, definitely just skip ahead and we'll get right into it, okay? But I want to give you a disclaimer of protection. I'm feeling so called to just touch my dragon, so I'm just going to touch my dragon. I'm being called to give you I give this to every pile whenever I talk about this, but I want to give you a little disclaimer of protection. Protection is incredibly important, okay? I connect myself when I do tarot readings. I protect myself when I do tarot readings. I protect myself when I work with my goddesses, my guides, my angels, my deities, my dragons, my unicorns, my spirit animals, etc. I am always protecting myself and my energy, because when you are connecting with these beautiful high vibrational beings, which they are, you are opening up yourself to receiving energy, okay? And there is beautiful, wonderful, high vibrational energy in this earth, and there's also the not so beautiful, not so wonderful, lower vibrational energy, right? And it's just really important to protect yourself, because you kind of open yourself up and you become a beacon, okay? And it's really nothing to worry about as long as you're protecting yourself beforehand. So I did include a short, it's going to be in my description, on how to protect yourself and your energy. It's very short. It's like a YouTube thing, so it's like 30 seconds long. If you want a whole video, let me know and I will create that for y'all. But it is just 2 ways to protect yourself. But you can never go wrong with, the simple prayer or manifestation or setting boundary of only love and light is welcome in this space. I only allow love and light, honesty and truth, and high vibrational energies welcome at this time. Any lower vibrational energies are not welcome here and are banished at this time. I only allow love and light. I only allow honesty and truth to speak to me and speak clearly. That is all I allow. That is all that is welcome in this space. Any other energies are not welcome during this time. They are not welcome, period. And I also just have Archangel Michael go outside my front door, stick his knife, or his knife, oh my gosh, stick his sword in the ground and literally create like a WandaVision, like orb over my home and literally protect me with his energy. So you can definitely try that as well. Whatever resonates with you, just protect yourself, okay? Those are my my 2 cents. You don't have to do it, but I would recommend it. Okay, I'd recommend it. Same thing as before. If you're not wanting to connect with a guide or anything, you don't have to take this, but I was just kind of getting the feeling that maybe somebody listening wanted to kind of reach out to a new guide. They didn't know where to start, or they didn't know how to start. This is a guide that wants to work with you, and I'll tell you how to kind of talk to them. Okay, so let's go ahead and see, are there any angels, spirit guides, gods, or goddesses that want to work with pile number 3? Ooh! This is a goddess I work with all the freaking time. You got Hecate. I called her Hecate for years, and then my spirit coach was like, bestie, no, because she also really works with her. So anyways, Hecate or Hecate, whatever works for you. Hecate will help you harness your mystical nature, influence your thinking. Literally, what did she just say? Harness your mystical nature. Oh my God, pile number 3. We've been talking about that so much. Influence your thinking. Manifest your dreams. Yes. Have an easy and pain-free childbirth. Interesting. Open up new possibilities. Thank you, Page of Wands. And heal your wounded self. Raphael, what? Oh my gosh. Okay, sorry. Let's talk about how to invoke her, okay? Also, just for any like god or goddess or angel, you can also just simply ask them. You don't have to do the invocation, but you can for sure. So invocation: on the night of the full moon, find a place out in nature where you can see the moon rising. As the moon rises, reach out toward the moon and call out Hecate's name. Explain the nature of your request and hold it in your heart as you watch the moon. When the moon is almost overhead, give thanks to Hecate. Give thanks for Hecate's guidance and love, and know that the powerful magic has been released in your life, okay? That powerful magic has been released in your life. Yes, please. Hecate is amazing. She is powerful. She is strong. She is fierce. She will not take any BS, okay? So this is a very powerful goddess to work with. If you have any kind of shadow or anything in your life as well, this is a really good goddess to work with to help you kind of hunt those down and get rid of them, okay? But again, harnessing your mystical power, yes please, okay? Beautiful. And healing your wounded self there with the Raphael and all the heart energy. Whew, okay, pile number 3. This is your goddess here that would like to work with you. I really hope this reading resonated with you. If it did, please leave a comment down below and let me know. Commenting, subscribing, and giving a thumbs up all help my channel out tremendously. So if you would like to see my channel grow or you want to contribute to that, those are some easy ways to do so. Thank you to everyone who has left a comment and subscribed to my channel. It means the world to me. So thank you so much. But I do accept both tips and donations, both at Venmo and PayPal, which are never required nor an expectation, just received with so much joy and so much gratitude. My PayPal is acting kind of funky, so if you want to use PayPal, scroll down to my description and click on the link and it'll take you right there. Easy breezy, beautiful. No, it's cover girl. Okay. Anyways, pile number 3, I love you so much. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your energy, and thank you for your time. I am so incredibly grateful to all of you for being here with me, and just know that your energy, I feel you, and you are not, what was I about to say? It does not go unappreciated, okay? Thank you so much for being here. As always, remember to show others love, show your light and shine so bright, and I will see you, cutie patooties, for my next video. Bye!